Hello everyone and welcome to my video. Today we're going to be previewing today's game between Celta Vigo versus Barcelona. And the match will be coming to you live from the Balaidos Stadium in Vigo, which is on the west coast of Spain. And the match will be kicking off at 9:30 local time in Vigo. So Celta Vigo's current form isn't too bad. They're currently sitting 8th in La Liga, and that is after 3 games being played. And in those 3 games, they've drawn 0-0 with Eibar away. They've beaten Valencia 2-1 at home and drawn 1-1 with Valladolid away. So based on their current form, that isn't too worrying stats because they've only scored 3 goals in 3 games. But Celta Vigo at home is a lot different to when they are away. They are a lot like us in many ways, with our home record being a lot better than our away record. Because in our last 3 games against Celta Vigo away, we've drawn 2 and lost 1. So with all that being said, it's going to be by no means an easy game for us today. But moving on now to the squad list, and this will be the official squad list for the match today. And you might notice players such as Conrad de la Fuente, Ricky Puig and Martin Braithwaite have all made it into the squad list. Braithwaite has been recovering from a minor muscle injury that did see him miss the last 2 games, so it is good to see him included for the backup for Griezmann. But what does concern me about this squad list is that we have no backup fullbacks whatsoever. There is not one left back nor a right back included in the squad list at all. And I'm sort of questioning why he hasn't included someone like Juan Miranda. He isn't the greatest fullback in the world, but it's good to have at least one player that can come on. Because normally Junior Firpo would be the preferred choice to come on as a left or right back, but he is injured and he will miss this game. And some of the other players that Ronald Koeman hasn't added into the squad list is Todibo, Umtiti and Rafinha. And to not include these players not even in the squad list, I think is a sort of bold move from Ronald Koeman. I can understand not including Rafinha because he could well be on his way to Celta Vigo. And there is only a minor thing standing in the way of making that happening, so I can understand him not including him. But someone like Umtiti, I don't really understand why Koeman wouldn't even include him in the squad list. And if someone like Piqué or Longley was to get injured, there would only be one person who could step in, and that would be Araujo, and then we would have no real substitute on the bench. So that is definitely something to think about. But now moving on to Ronald Koeman's press conference yesterday. And he was asked about rotating players and what the lineup will be in the game. And to that he did say, I don't want to rotate players because at the moment we have no need to. And that I think is a good and a bad answer. And it is good because he has confidence in the team that he has selected. But I do think rotating players is key in any team. And for him to say after only one competitive game that he doesn't feel that he needs to rotate players right now is a bit questionable. And in the past, we've had a problem with players getting too comfortable with their position. And I think Koeman saying that does sort of create that atmosphere once again. But this is the lineup you should expect to see today. With Neto in goals, Sergi Roberto at right back, Piqué and Longley are 2 centre backs, Jordi Alba at left back, Busquets and De Jong are 2 holding midfielders, and Griezmann, Coutinho, Ansu and Messi are front 4. And that has been our lineup for the past 2 games, so I would expect it to be exactly the same, but the only exception that I may think it could be would be Pjanic for Busquets. And the reason I think that is because Busquets was probably our worst player against Villarreal, and I don't think he had a bad game, but at times he just seemed a little bit slow, and he was making quite a lot of safe passes. So he could have been a bit more ambitious with his passing, trying to play out to the wings a bit more rather than central and slowing the play down. And when Pjanic did come on for Busquets, he was a breath of fresh air. And he did have that box-to-box engine about him. And that is what you do need when you're playing a double pivot. De Jong is a prime example of that. He helps it from our box to the opposite side. And if we can have both our holding midfielders doing so, then that will definitely give us something that we didn't have last season. And I personally would like to see Pjanic start ahead of Busquets just to see what he's like over 90 minutes against a really competitive team. I think that would give us a lot of insight at who is where in the pecking order. But in this game against Celta Vigo, I would like to see Griezmann picked out a lot more. And I definitely want to see him make the same sort of runs he did make against Villarreal, because that did create a lot of open space for players like Messi and Ansu. I would like to see Ansu get another goal against a tough opponent. and maintain his position as one of the top goal scorers in La Liga so far. I think we will definitely see a lot of key passes from both Coutinho and Messi, and I think that we will see a lot of long shots from the edge of the box from the pair of them. And of course, I would definitely like to see a clean sheet from both the goalkeeper and the defence, but I do understand it will be very hard to do so in this game, and I definitely want to see Araujo get a chance in this game. I think that will be a really great test for him against Celta Vigo. And if he is able to flourish in a game like this, we could see him in bigger games ahead. But apart from that, I do expect to see Pedri and Trinkel come on at some point in the game, probably around the last 20 minutes. But I would like to see a bit more intensity than they did show against Villarreal and create some more chances maybe. But that is almost everything now. The only thing left is for the score prediction. And my prediction will be for Barcelona to win 2-1 tonight. I think this will be a very tough and hard fought game tonight, but I think our front four will be the difference in the game. And I will be keeping a very close eye on our back four to see how they cope tonight. So that is everything from me. Thank you very much everyone for watching. Let me know what you think the score will be tonight. Let me know what you thought of the video. So that's everything. Bye.